Do you know your Constitution? Good evening, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So, yes, right here to my left, I am presenting to you a 1995 American Eagle. Truly timeless, very vintage looking, of course. This is actually the year that my wife was born. I was born in 94. She was born in 95. But very charming. I have pieces that are older than this one and just look pristine, uncirculated. Of course, this one is weathered, but still, that does not take away from the charm. First minted in 1986, the popular and world-renowned American Silver Eagle not only grabs the attention of avid coin collectors, but it also has changed the silver bullion industry in America. The American Silver Eagle contains 1 troy ounce of pure silver, thus also attracting bullion investors to this remarkable piece. The American Silver Eagle remains the preferred silver bullion coin for collection and investment purposes. And it's easy to see why, of course. American Silver Eagles are among the most popular and valued product to be produced by the U.S. Mint. Due to their ever-increasing popularity, the American Silver Eagles are offered in bulk for the interested buyer. So that's very nice. Anytime I hear people buying these, I generally hear them buying, more than one. And just so you know, there are 2 types of 1995 American Silver Eagles. The more common of the 2 varieties has a P mint mark below the left side of the eagle. The rarer version has a W mint mark. The design is very plain, but very elegant. The obverse pictures Lady Liberty with the sun behind her, and the reverse pictures an eagle with the shield and 13 stars. Anybody wondering why the 13 stars? Of course, the original 13 colonies. So very patriotic, very American. Truly, truly love that piece. Real quick, guys, before I continue, I want to give a quick shout out to my very loyal subscriber, Veritas Files, and this is a comment from last night. I have accounts with multiple banks, but the vast majority of my wealth is held in the Bank of Gold and Silver, or the Bank of Preparedness. Items I keep stocked and building further stocks of each month. The future will be largely about tangible assets or your lack thereof. Do what you can now and tell your children about your vision of the future as well. They need to know what's coming so they aren't taken by surprise when hard times come their way. Keep stacking and keep preparing. Amazing comment as usual by Veritas Files. Matter of fact, last night I was talking to 2 of my neighbors, young men just like me. One's a couple years younger than me. One's my age. And again, the young men, they own homes. And I was telling them, I was like, hey, you guys need to have guns. You guys need to have water stacked up. You need to have precious metals. You need to be investing in more real estate aside from just your house. I was spreading the alpha because it's like I see the writing on the wall and I want to let my neighbors know, because at the end of the day, I don't want them coming, hey, help me out. It's like, no, bro, I told you ahead of time. And you have the means, which my neighbors do. So it's like, take care of yourself now, take care of your family. And because right now, everything that's happening in the world, many experts would agree that the world is more dangerous today than it was 70 years ago. Many would also agree that World War III already began. There are battles taking place not only around the world, but also here on American soil. So many citizens are rising against fellow citizens. Those who are already using AI are setting themselves up against those who don't. 4 in 10 workers will face disruptions due to AI by the year 2028. It will come sooner than you think, I assure you. Those who have seen the writing on the wall and those who are paying attention, they're already using AI to boost their productivity and they're getting their fiat money and putting it into hard assets, real assets. Americans used to care about the basics of borders, the idea of citizenship, the idea of family and marriage, the idea of a God and a savior. This new generation, however, doesn't care about the Constitution nor what it has to say about gold and silver, legal tender. The Constitution clearly states that nothing can be legal tender except for gold and silver. And I'm going to quote this exactly from the Constitution, exactly as the Constitution says it. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver a tender in payment of debts. Article 1, Section 10, from your Constitution. You can't get proper history out of our universities anymore. I would know above all people, I went to school to be a lawyer. And you can't get proper economics either. You just won't get it from university. They're going to waste your time. You'd be better off being homeschooled and getting your education from a YouTube channel. And I'm speaking for adults. But yes, homeschool your children as well, or put them in some sort of private school, but not necessarily the private school that you're thinking, more private where they're not indoctrinating your children in the worst ways, of course. And yes, check this sucker out right here. Do not want to forget. Look at that, 1940. And believe it or not, it is evening. It is evening today. I did move my position where I'm presenting this video, but it is evening. But the sun is still out, surprisingly, this late in the day. But yes, look at that, 1940 Walking Liberty. Just a gorgeous piece. The 1940 Liberty Walking half dollars were coined over 80 years ago at the main U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, the birthplace of U.S. coinage, where coin production dates back to 1793, forever ago. Struck in 90% fine silver, Liberty walking halves feature an attractive and popular depiction of Liberty striding toward the rising sun. Her right arm outstretched in the spirit of freedom. Then you go to the reverse, and yes, beautiful, beautiful eagle. Equally as impressive and artistic. I mean, I just adore these pieces, and I'm selling them. I'm selling them monthly. 1940 marks the 5th year of consecutive proof issues for the Walking Liberty half dollar. As is true for the 1940 proof issue, all Walking Liberty half dollar proof specimens are highly scarce and are in high demand among collectors. Generally, you can get these for around $25, $25, and that's very, very fair. Now, guys, just to end this evening, I do want to share something more personal about myself. If you go to my description, you'll see that I am a published author, and I am actually publishing my 3rd book on the 25th of this month. So yes, this is actually my 3rd book. This is just a proof. I wanted to verify that it was going to come out real nice, but of course, this is my third novel here, and I just want to share it because it's a hobby of mine, and I started publishing books because originally I lived in Los Angeles. I wanted to make these into films, and my wife convinced me one day, hey, you have these awesome stories, why not publish them? So I have my first one here I wrote a couple years back. It did very well. This is actually a true story based on a personal family friend of mine. It's a dark comedy, so very hilarious, very real, very relatable, I'd say. It's my first story, and then of course I have my 2nd book that I published a year ago, also based on true events. And this book has done decent, didn't do as amazing as my first book. However, this 3rd book, I am convinced, is going to do excellent. And right now the pre-order started just barely today, and it's already doing so well. I've noticed they've actually already started ranking this book, and it hasn't even been officially published. The release is going to be on June 25th, so please stay tuned. But aside from silver, folks, this is my hobby, this is my passion, and I'm a believer, don't necessarily follow your passion, but always bring it with you. And silver, writing, spreading truth, spreading alpha, that is my passion. As always, folks, thank you so much for joining me for another evening. This is Silver Dad Knows, and you already know what I'm about to say. God bless you. God bless your household. And God bless America.